Hey everybody, and welcome to News of the Day. And we won't waste any time. We're going to get right into it. But before we do, first, we're going to shout out to Lee Max and NHL Hockey News Reports. They are two members of the Talking Habs membership. And if you're interested in that, there's a join button underneath this video, and you just click on that. It's going to give you all the information. So please check that out. And thank you guys for being there and supporting this channel. Now, oh, it's the wrong way. First item up. Okay, now most of this is NHL related. This is the only Habs item, sort of. Mike Ribiero, we'll all remember him, Mikey Ribs. Quote from him in a recent interview. It's a French interview. I didn't write down who the interviewer was. So this quote from him: "It's always been a dream to win a 25th Stanley Cup. Now it's as a coach, not a player, that I'd like to do that." So I guess he's talking about, obviously, we're coaching for Montreal because it's the only team that could win a 25th Stanley Cup right now. Um, I don't know that he has any coaching experience. So I know the talk on Twitter is definitely no. But I mean, look, if he's serious and he wants to be a coach, go get some coaching experience. I think that might be a requirement, even to be an assistant coach here. You might need some coaching experience. So do that, and we'll see. I know he left here on some pretty bad terms. He's had some problems in his life. The trade was not a good one that Montreal made, getting rid of him. That's for sure. They traded him for Yanni Ninnema. That was one of the bad trades. I did a video about bad trades, and that was definitely one of them. So yeah, Mikey Ribs wants to be a coach here in Montreal. I mean, it's interesting, but I don't know that I see that happening too easily. Okay, next up, and actually I think all of this information is from Bob McKenzie reporting. There's other people reporting it now, but I'm getting this from Bob McKenzie. The NHL and the NHLPA, they're very close to this agreement that they're working on. It may take till the middle of next week to get it completed and ratified by both parties. So that's the new CBA agreement, which looks like it's going to be a 3-year extension. So it'll go for another 5 seasons. And there's a few other things, the changes that they have to make for that extension. The phase 3 and phase 4, whatever they have to agree on to make that happen. So these are all things that are working on right now. Once they get that, I have the words just leaving me, that temporary agreement. Once they have that agreement, then they get it ratified. For the owners, it's pretty easy. You get on a conference call, everybody, and they say yes or no, and that they agree to it. For the players, it's a little bit harder. There's a lot more of them, obviously, and it might take 2-3 days to get this all done. So we probably will get an announcement sometime Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. And I don't know if they're going to wait that long to also announce the hub cities, but it wouldn't surprise me because we're kind of expecting the hub city announcements any time now, any minute. So we'll see if they come together, those two announcements. So part of what the agreements are, some new dates for phase 3 and 4, July 13th instead of July 10th for camps opening for phase 3. July 26th, teams would report to the hub cities, and August 1st instead of June 30th for games beginning as part of phase 4. There's a few other things. One of them I know I saw was November 1st for the new free agency period that would have started on July 1st. They're looking at November 1st for that. And there were a couple of other things. One of them is this here, phase 2 of the draft lottery. That'll be held immediately after the qualifying round or playing round, however you want to refer to it, which should be approximately August 10th, 11th, or 12th. Stanley Cup final could end by early October, and then the entry draft would be pretty soon after that. And then obviously they'd want to get from the end of the Stanley Cup to the proposed November 1st free agency period. You're going to want the draft to happen in that space there. Edmonton will host conference finals and Stanley Cup finals. Now, this is something Bob McKenzie reported yesterday. And then a couple hours later, I'm paraphrasing here, but kind of basically said, or will they? The situation's fluid. It kind of looked like they were. Then he was told, maybe don't put that out there because it might not happen. And then I'm reading today other people reporting that will happen. So we're going to kind of go with it. That's probably how it'll be. Edmonton hosting conference finals and the Stanley Cup finals. Western Conference teams will play in Edmonton Eastern Conference teams in Toronto. So whatever your team is, you'll be able to not have to have your schedule like all screwed up because they're playing in a different zone all the time. So that's good because I didn't really want to have to stay up that late for late games on the for the Eastern teams. Amnesty or compliance buyouts, the same thing. Bob McKenzie's reporting they are not a part of this negotiation. So any fan base, any fans from fan bases that were hoping that their team could get a compliance buyout, I mean that would include Montreal to get Carl Alsner out of here, but it's not happening. Now, as far as for Montreal, it's not the end of the world because this could mean that it might be easier to come up with some help in those spots that they're looking to fill. Maybe a defenseman, maybe a forward, a scoring forward, because teams, they're going to have to move some players. They're going to have to move some contracts to make space for the cap, because there's a lot of teams, like you take Tampa Bay, they're really right up against the cap. Montreal is rumored to be maybe offer sheeting Sergachev, who we traded to get Jonathan Drouin. So, it might make that a little easier to get him because now Tampa is really up against the cap. They're going to have to move out some contracts. Whether they want Sergachev to be, well, it's not bad. You trade him for draft picks. If they let the offer sheet happen, they'd be getting draft picks in return. So maybe, it might happen. So things like that will happen for sure across the league. Teams will have to move contracts to make space for some salary, to sign guys that they need to sign. And so players will be available on teams like Montreal who have that cap space available. They'll have some opportunity, which is why a couple of videos ago I did that video about why Montreal shouldn't spend to the cap. Well, this is a reason why you hold on to some cap space, because opportunities like this present themselves, and if you have no money to take advantage of it, well, you're not going to take advantage of it. Simple. That's how it works. So you never know. We will see. Maybe Montreal will be able to pick up that player that they're looking for that way by a team not being able to buy out contracts and having to move contracts. So we'll see how that works out. The last thing I'll put in here for this news of the day, the Olympics. It looks like in this agreement, the NHL is going to allow the players to go to the 2022 and 2026 Olympics. It might be a little early. I don't know if they're going to be able to make that. Who knows if the Olympics will be on, if everything will be okay by then. But it's probably part of the agreement. The owners still wanted to have escrow there. Players did not. In allowing the owners to have some escrow, the owners gave them going to the Olympics, because apparently the players really wanted to go to the Olympics. That's what I have been hearing, is that the players wanted to go back to the Olympics, but the owners didn't really want that to happen. So they give up something to get something. That's how it usually works. We'll see how that happens. They're saying they have to make an agreement with the IOC. I don't think that'll be a problem. I would think the IOC would want the professional players back into the Olympics. The games were way better, and just it was awesome hockey, I found. So yeah, that is the news. So that's it for the video. If you like the video, please give a thumbs up. And while you're down there doing that, there's a comment section down there. Leave any comments you may have about any of these items, about my thoughts on any of these items, and let me know what your thoughts are, and that's in their comment section. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and ring that notifications bell while you're down there, and that'll get you your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge right here at Talkin' Habs. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, everybody. Oh, I should say, the memberships that I was talking about earlier, the join button, it's going to tell you everything about the memberships. They start as low as $1.99 a month, and you get exclusive live streams, members only, and members only videos, shout outs like I did earlier in the video, and all kinds of stuff like that. Check that out down there. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Please stay safe out there by wearing a mask when you're in public and you've got people around. You should wear a mask. Please do that so you can get back here to watch more Talkin' Habs videos. So that's it. Thank you. Peace out, and I will see you next video. Bye, y'all.